Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to the realms of peril and glory. Explore the mechanically magical vistas of Vale, the paranormal mysteries of liminal London, and the cyberpunk chaos of Cyborg. You'll be immersed into unforgettable campaigns and heart-pounding one-shots. Search Realms of Peril and Glory to find out more.
Football day.
It's back after a month. Well, sort of for us.
Yeah, the winter break, the European winter break.
Yeah, we had the European winter break and sort of our own like Super Cup type competition.
Oh yeah, it's hard to tell if that was the worst or best episode of podcasting.
I had mostly people enjoying it, and one person who said it was the worst.
I think it is actively bad.
Yes. No, I don't think it is. I disagree. As the person who edited it,
yeah,
I had fun listening to it.
It's not for me
I think it's fine.
There's something to be said when it's listening to you and your mates having a laugh, though. If they're strangers, is it good then?
Shut.
I like to think I'm everyone's friend, because if you have no enemies, you have all friends.
That's absolutely not how it works, and that's how you go to jail.
What?
You're my friend.
And if you're not afraid to dream, you don't have any friends.
Yeah, the firm's back, and we've got a normal episode. We've all been playing lots of Football Manager.
Too much.
Did you? Yeah. My Christmas, I made plans to play loads of games, and I played one new game, and then went Football Manager.
Me too. I have gone far, far into the future, but I won't be going quite there yet.
It is a problem because these days I'm going to talk about, they feel very distant.
These feel like the good old days now.
These are 2023.
I like to keep a very organised desktop, and I'm very proper about that. But ever since I started this series, I've just got about 200 screenshots of Football Manager littering my desktop, and it's not good.
See my photos. Look.
That's grot. Don't show me your photos on
Oh
your phone.
my God.
What's that?
Oh, you don't want to know
Stop
what
calling
that
it your regen.
I want to see the deleted folder.
See my Wonder Kid.
Oh my God.
What happens if football stays at football, right?
Boys, I'm going to kick us off this time.
Do it.
We're going to the sunny climes of Seville, and we're going to stay there.
Okay.
Well, we're going to stay
Forever?
talking about this.
Right.
I'm doing 3 seasons this time.
Whoa.
Now, I know that seems like a lot. I've never seen Dale make that face before.
It's like he's chewed a lemon and had his balls crushed.
But there's a good reason for it, and you'll see why. Because I
Is
played...
there a narrative?
There is somewhat of a narrative. I played a lot over Christmas, and I have not played since because I've left it in a place where I want you to help me make my next move.
Oh, that's
God.
cool. I like it.
So...
Retire.
Kill
22.
Jester.
Kill Jester. 22-23 we're beginning in.
Yeah.
Such a niche reference. Sorry.
You'll remember last time I ended the last season with 2 El Sacicos.
I'm not going to lie, I can't remember a thing.
You will remember. I had 2 El Sacicos. I didn't get sacked, and I finished, I believe, 6th. And it was just enough.
Respectable, it's good.
It was just enough for the board.
I can't remember. Remind me, in Spain, is that clinch in a Europa League
That
place?
is a Europa League place.
Good.
Occasionally Europa 2, I think.
Oh,
no,
ever
there's an
since that
extra.
comes
No,
in.
it's all right.
That was it. That was your 4th season, right?
Europa Conference.
Yes.
Yes,
that was
because
my
we're
4th.
on. This is our 5th season.
Yeah.
We're on to now.
Bloody hell.
Now, I also said last time that I changed to an online tactic. I asked if it was cheating. You both said it was fine, and then someone messaged me and told me it is cheating. So I felt really bad about it.
Twist on it, didn't you? You didn't just copy
Did you
it.
care about more?
The people who pay my wages. You're just
enough.
like you're dust to me.
I pay all your wages.
You just float around me. But it seemed to work well. In my friendlies, I won 6-0, 4-0, 3-0, 2-1 and 7-0.
Those are good wins.
Yeah.
As always, my pre-season ends with playing Korea, not Korea. Korea, who are a very shit Spanish side, and I beat them massively every season.
That's
rub their face.
It's really nice.
A lot of clean sheets as well, not just high scoring.
I seem to do well. I only made one signing. I bought a young Barcelona boy called Jose Martinez.
He sounds very Spanish.
He's excellent.
Is he real?
He is real,
Okay.
but he's very young at the start of the game, and he plays centre-back and left-back, which is very useful.
I like it.
And I decided, you remember last time I did the Gareth Bale thing? I sold Diego Lainez and then signed 8 people and had a shiter. So I was like, that's my only signing. I'm going to allow those guys to bed in.
Was he big? Was he a big signing? Like how much money?
This guy, he was like 6 mil.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
It was very good for a Barcelona youth prospect. And it starts well. Oh, also I should say, fan favourite Andres Guardado, left-footed Mexican maestro, is retiring at the end of the season. He's going to do it with me, and I'm very happy about it.
Unlike Joaquin.
Although he is ascended to legends, he's listed as a legend, and he says nice things about me all the time, so that's fine.
Someone has to.
Yeah. This tactic doesn't seem like a fluke at the start. I'm second after 7 matches, 6 wins and a draw. Overwhelming success, and then I lose to Hibernian in the Europa League.
That's not good.
I have 36 shots and 70% possession.
That is known as like the eternal green and white derby.
Oh yeah. That would be lovely. And
it's not known as that, but
they have 4 shots.
Could be.
They have 4 shots to my 36, and I have 70% possession, and we lose 2-1.
That sounds exactly what happened in the draft we did.
4 shots, 4 shots, they made them count.
By Christmas, still second. There was only 1 shit loss to Leganes. It's one of those weird ones where you beat everyone except the really crap teams.
I had that the other
Gotta
day.
put them away.
Almost unbeaten all season. I lost to Stoke.
It's horrible. But by Christmas I've had a loss and a draw. I'm doing very well.
That's good. Very good.
Come first in my Europa Conference group, because remember I was in Europa 2 before. I finished with an 8-0 win against Stuttgart with Asensio scoring 4.
Stick it to them.
So it's just going really well. Then we hit, and I'd love to hear your versions of this. Okay. Have you had your Christmas Qatar World Cup?
Yes, but I cannot remember what happened.
Mate.
Yes, I have.
Do you know what happened?
I know what happened in mine, yeah.
Mine's fucking bizarre.
Shall I tell you who won? Who won the 2022 one in mine?
Go on.
England.
Of course they did.
Classic.
Phil Foden.
Happen. I didn't look at the stats.
I always go to the finals of all the Euros and World Cup finals. But in this one, because it's Christmas, it does the weird thing where it arranges a bunch of friendlies during the World Cup for you, which is odd because you're missing if you're me, you're missing quite a lot of your squad. England, Brazil, and France have shiters all out really early.
Whoa.
Could happen.
And then the semis are Switzerland, Spain.
Good game.
Belgium, Germany.
Banger.
Yeah.
The final.
Battle of the mayonnaise on chips.
Switzerland, Belgium?
It is Switzerland, Belgium.
Yes.
And then I'll give you a little rundown because I'm watching.
That's got 1-1 written all over it.
Switzerland dominate the first half.
1-1 win.
Switzerland absolutely dominate the first half. Can't find a goal. Belgium make all their subs by 65 minutes and it works. They take control. They can't find a goal either. It's looking like penalties before out of nowhere.
Give it to Shaqiri.
Renato Stefan of Switzerland, who plays at Beijing Guoan, connects with a cross and taps it home. Switzerland are Boyd. Young boys. And
switch team.
Yeah, and substitute striker Albion Ajeti, who plays for Leeds, batters in a one-on-one off the post, and Switzerland win the World Cup.
Could happen.
Switzerland are world champions in my game.
It could happen.
In theory.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean,
Greece won the Euros once. Yeah, you never know.
After the World Cup, anything can happen in the world. Betis are like, we could win the league.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
That Swiss team.
My beautiful Ajax boy, Nasser Univar, has only scored in 3 games this season, but he has scored 10 goals.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's scored
3
in 3
hat-tricks.
Well,
one of
and
them.
a 4.
2 hat-tricks and a 4.
Yeah, but maybe one of them he scored 6.
You're absolutely right. 6 of them were against Las Navas.
There you go.
I beat them 11-0.
Last night, was that a cup game?
It was.
Yeah.
During that game, PSG boss Didier Deschamps was watching, and I've written, "Are his Verde Blancos days numbered?" Yes, they were, because immediately Man United paid his release clause on January deadline day. I tried to up his contract. He wouldn't take it.
Oh, God.
He's gone. I didn't have a replacement. So I've lost my Premier left winger because Teo's getting a bit old.
Yeah.
And then everything starts going wrong. I go out on penalties to Villarreal in the Copa semi-final. And Madrid and Barca had already gone out, so it was my biggest chance to win it. I go out of the Europa League conference in quarter-final. I haven't won for 6 games. Haaland can't score. Huh?
Who did you lose to?
Fuck knows. Some shit bag.
Hibernian again.
And then Haaland starts scoring, and it kind of pushes me up.
He's a streaky player.
He really is. For me, he is.
Like a big bit of Danish bacon.
And
He's Norwegian, but, it's close enough.
And I end this season on... at the end of the season, I'm in 4th, and I'm 2 points ahead of Valencia on the last day of the season. And the board wants Champions League football. And the final game is a derby away against Sevilla. It is El Gran Derby. At half-time, it's 1-1, and Valencia are 3-1 up. I'm only ahead on goal difference.
Oh, no.
It stays 1-1. Skin of my teeth.
Oh, nice.
I stay in 4th.
Oh,
good.
I thought you were saying it stays 1-1 until...
It's okay.
Champions League.
That season... So Champions League, it's done all right.
It's good.
That season, Spurs win the
improvement.
Premier League for the first time.
Of course they did.
And Napoli win Serie A. It's a crazy
That's lovely,
season.
That.
Anyway.
I'll take that.
Was Poch still the manager at Spurs?
No, it's Beard. Nuno Espirito Santo.
Oh, well, man.
I would love that. Especially right now.
Yeah.
23-24. I make 2 interesting signings.
Okay.
Ooh.
Number 1, a young French regen striker called Adam Jacquet.
Ooh.
Because I like imagining people being like, Jacquet!
Do you weight your decisions when buying regens on how good their name is? Because I
Name
do
is
that a lot,
partly
too
it,
much.
but also Adam Jacquet is very
Not
good.
too much. I tend to go on talent.
I do it too much. I know I do. The other day I bought someone called Axel Torres just because his name was Axel Torres. I was like, sounds
good.
badass.
Sounds like a wrestler.
He wasn't very good.
My other signing, 33-year-old,
Tease it.
free agent,
Tell me more. Whisper it softly.
Gareth Bale.
Oh.
Gareth
hello.
Bale.
Just does he want?
He comes in for 36,000 a week.
Wait, where did you get him from? Was he still at
Free
Madrid?
agent. He'd been released.
36.
Went down from 500,000 a week to 36.
That does not happen in the
No.
mobile.
It doesn't happen in the real
Doesn't
world.
happen in real world. And I basically I was basically hoping for a Joaquin sort of renaissance, except he'd already announced his retirement for the end of the season, so it had to be a really quick renaissance.
So he wanted a
He's
little kick
retiring
around.
at 34.
At 34, he was.
If
He
anything,
does like golf.
He should have asked for more money then as well.
I know.
That's mad.
He's doing it for the love.
It's because he knows he's got a fan. I'm going to treat him well.
He knows you're a Spurs boy.
I changed back my formation.
Okay.
I gave up on the other one, and then I went, you know what? I've heard 4-2-3-1 is good. So I stole your formation. Do you remember also I talked about a regen called Roberto Carlos? Yeah. Turns out he's wicked, so I bought him.
Yeah.
So he comes in.
Is he good at curling free kicks?
He really is. He's fantastic at it.
Lovely.
This is dodgy, isn't it?
And then Haaland gets made favourite for top goal scorer, and I'm like, this is going to be great. It goes shit. I'm 13th after 7 games.
That's rubbish.
Every game feels like El Sacico.
I don't feel like you know how to wield the power of a 4-2-3-1.
I don't, so I go back to my old formation, and then I play Malaga. And Malaga, do you remember that fucking French regen that I hate, Romain Braut?
Yeah.
He's on loan. He scores a fucking hat-trick against me.
He's going to haunt you for the whole of your
Atletico
career.
Madrid, who I've now turned down for a job twice, are comfortably in first.
Sounds like you should have taken that job.
And I've written Cruel Fates, why do you mock me so?
You've got to know, and I can speak from experience, you've got to know when you're on a sinking ship.
Yeah.
I absolutely smashed Real Madrid. And then I'm like, okay, we're off. We're going. It was a one-off. It sucks. Then I see Diego Lainez is the highest rated player in Serie A, and Marco Asensio just got injured for 6 weeks before I play Man City in the Champions League.
Crying at this point?
I'm really upset. I'm in that weird situation where I'm like actively angry at everything, not just Football
Why
Manager.
is it just not working?
I'm punching stuff.
Was Bale regularly playing?
Bale played. He was a super sub for me. And when I say super sub, I mean it was super when he came on. He wasn't good.
And you only ever felt like you had to chuck him a bone every now and again.
Yeah.
Go on, you can have a little.
Well, and he was always a change in tactic because he slowed down so much that I turned him into a wing-based advanced playmaker.
Should have put him back in fullback.
Yeah, just have him. Fullbacks are the most stamina-intensive people on my side. They're like constantly up there. Basically, everything's petered out. The only comfort is that Sevilla are in the relegation zone and I beat them 2-0. That's obviously lovely.
They didn't go down, did they?
They didn't in the end. I was sad.
You've rolled your eyes in the back of your head, though, like the Undertaker.
I had a moment.
There's a small player rebellion, but I quell it.
What?
How small are we talking? 4 foot?
Are they just disappointed with
Tiny
the
little players come up, punch me in the balls.
What was their main complaint? Was it just a result?
Just awful. Yeah, everyone was just like, I'm concerned.
So your leadership is shite.
Yeah, I'm still not in the European places.
You keep going on about Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
You keep crying about
Mate, they keep hearing me through my office door, being like, "Fucking should have taken that job."
keep throwing darts at a picture of this young French player. On
Yeah, I hate Romain Braut. And then I bought Ryan Sessegnon because why not? He's actually fantastic. Okay. He's got real good.
I'm intrigued in the future. Is he playing at fullback or is he playing further up?
He can play all of it. I was playing him fullback because he fit my system really well because my fullbacks are bombers. I'm back in the European spots. It feels like the ship's stabilising. I go up to 5th. I'm actually only 4 points behind an underachieving Real Madrid. And then Real Madrid offered me the manager's job.
Hello.
Los Blancos.
And at this point, yeah, I just take the Verdi out. The Verdi Blancos for the Blancos. It's cutting out the middleman. And I genuinely, at this point, had to turn my game off and go for a walk around. Yeah. I was just pacing around my house.
This was Christmas Day, and you were just walking around.
It was in the Christmas break.
It's a big decision, isn't it? I mean, some might say you've done all you can with Betis.
I said that and took the job.
Well, yeah, some would say you've done all you could. Real Madrid, kind of like an evil overlord. Whereas I left Rochdale, went to Newcastle, a team that have
a lot of an underdog.
Well, yeah, a team that have history but have been struggling of late, have a tortured fan base.
You saw work could be done.
I saw that I could bring glory to an underachiever and really did the honourable thing. Yeah. Whereas you just saw
the money.
Saw the devil and shook his hand.
No, yes, I did. Now, here's the thing. I totally agree with you. I literally
saw the devil.
I literally wrote "Feel evil, love it." I feel really bad in retrospect about this. Although Betis have done fine without me, and all my signings look great.
Have they beat you?
They haven't beaten me. I've smashed them. But
can you finally get Braut?
I can't get fucking Romain Braut. I've tried. It's a weird one because I really love Betis and I really hate Real Madrid, but I wanted something.
New career goals.
I wanted something new because it felt like I was just doing the same thing over and over again with Betis, and I thought it'd be interesting for this podcast. And this is genuine. This isn't me trying to get out of it. To have like mega money and see what you can do with it in this game.
It would be interesting to sell out.
Yeah.
Who did you buy first, Joe?
Well, actually, I didn't.
Gary.
It turns out I got there and realised that the club is insanely in debt. They've spent so much money, and they have really old squad.
Didn't do your research, did you?
Nope. They want me to win La Liga, and I'm in 4th and 15 points behind Barcelona.
And they give you £8 to do.
I've just written, I think I might be a patsy. Like I've been brought in as like fucking me. It's just like, oh look, he couldn't do it. In my first month as Madrid boss,
shareholders.
Yeah,
that's it.
In my first month as Madrid boss, I win Manager of the Month for my work at Betis.
I mean, that's why they got you in.
Yeah, but personal victory early on because they're in the Europa League this season, so which is why they've brought me in. So I technically swapped Champions League for Europa League football, which is insane. I didn't do any research. I just went, I'm going to go around.
Madrid came calling, you had to take that opportunity.
An odd career move.
Yes.
Imagine someone in real life doing that.
In the first
Champions League football, and I went to go to Europa League instead.
It would happen for Real Madrid, though. Yes, it would. In the first leg of the Europa League second round, I lose 2-0 to Arsenal. Then I beat them 4-1 on the return leg, and it felt amazing. That's good. Straight after that, quarter-final.
Tell me more.
Beat Chelsea 10-3 on aggregate.
Oh, that's
the English teams?
That's basically what happened.
Do you know what? I like that both those teams are still in the Europa League.
I know, it's great, isn't it? Do you know who's up front for Chelsea?
Do I want to know?
Borj Gullet. Who quickly gets sold on to Valencia. I have an amazing run of form, and then I concede 3 goals in extra time to Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. But it was okay. 3 games from the end of the season, I'm 3 points behind Atletico Madrid in second. I beat them 5-1 and come second. The board isn't happy because I didn't win La Liga.
Please tell me you
How long have you been in the
got
job?
sacked after 2 months.
I won the Europa League. Technically, the final was against Hoffenheim. But I win 4-0, and 2 of those goals are Lautaro Martinez, who is incredible, by the way, nutmegging the keeper, which is
both
wicked.
times?
Both times. I looked really
People
closely.
should learn.
And then into my latest season. It's nearly done, I promise.
Okay.
That's fine.
The year
I've been
starts.
promised a cliffhanger.
This I love. The year starts with Messi, Ronaldo, and Bale all retiring.
Oh,
Big
It's a new
changes.
age.
Yeah.
that's good for you.
Everything's wiped clean.
Get Messi out of the picture.
Yeah. I tried to make good on my earlier desires. Do you remember Dayot
I don't want to
Upamecano?
know your early
I
design.
really wanted Dayot Upamecano.
Yeah.
And Man City swoop in and steal him despite me offering
They will do
£100,000
that.
more a week.
Premier League.
Fucking
How much
Meccano.
money?
I was offering like 500k a week, and they wouldn't wouldn't take it.
Oh, was he a free agent, or was?
Oh
his
no, I
contract
was going to
expired?
pay 70 mil.
70 or 80 million for
I
him.
was 70, yeah.
Oh,
In the,
500k a week.
yeah, in the final of Euro 24, Portugal beat England 3-0 in the final without Ronaldo, and that's the only final I've
João
never attended.
Felix.
Yeah.
I'm glad I missed it. Then, really early in the season, Eden Hazard, who is still getting like player of the
Have they
season.
still got him?
Yeah, at like
I would have
35,
sold
he's
him
still getting
straight
player
away.
of the season.
That's mad.
Well, you'll love this.
Get rid of him.
In the European Super Cup, gets injured in the first minute, goes out for 8 months, and just quits the sport. He broke his leg and just went, fuck it.
Sometimes it's
I'm
better to
retired.
burn out.
Not for me.
Unlucky.
And then, like, weirdly, the board suddenly go, here's 150 mil. So I buy Nikola Milenkovic,
Centre back.
centre back, who
And right back?
is at Fiorentina, but at this point in the game is at Spurs.
Oh.
Bought him for 70 mil. And then I bought Arne Meyer, who is a central midfielder who plays. Where is he at the moment? Hertha, I think.
I think so.
But he's at Bayern at this point. Get him for 70 mil. So it's just spunked my whole.
70 mil on him.
He's incredible.
Okay.
Like when I buy him, the fans go insane. Like
I love
that's
it when that happens.
like at Real Madrid, like they have the proper Galacticos thing, and they love it when you sign crazy players.
Like Arne Meyer.
Then I beat Betis 2-0. I find no joy in it, apart from the fact that the game deems the team I built at Betis, they've signed no one, as having a curious number of left-footed players. I didn't realise I'd done that.
You do have a fetish for the left.
Love
foot.
it. I love the sinister types.
Sound like? We're in trouble.
And I start absolutely romping through this league, right? I'm beating everyone. The only people I can't beat are Barca and Atletico. But it doesn't matter because they drop enough points for me to just be...
That'd be a good challenge. Can you
Going
win the
up.
league with all left-footed team?
That would be great.
You tried with Betis, didn't work.
And then Betis held Barcelona to a 0-0 draw that leaves me 5 points clear at Christmas. And I wrote, I love those brave boys.
Merry fucking Christmas.
They knew what they were doing.
I
They
got
had
the-
you in mind.
I got the achievement for winning 10 consecutive matches.
That's the first one? I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I was Betis, mate. Man City wouldn't accept £116 million for Phil Foden. I really wanted to buy him because he's still one of the only
How old
players
is he?
who
Was he, like,
favours me.
28 or something.
Barca
like
got
that?
him.
No, he's like 24. He's incredible at this
Barca got
point.
him in mind.
Yeah. Raheem Sterling's at Barca. Absolute. Raheem Sterling and Declan Rice are at Barcelona in mine, and they are carving up the league. And I said Lautaro Martinez looked like an unstoppable genius last season, but this season, Luka Jovic looks like actual god. He cannot stop scoring.
Those
It's
are both
insane.
quite hit or miss players, and I've bought both of them multiple times and they've never quite done it for
Both
me.
of them are incredible in this for me. And then, I've written at one point, just in a reverie, it's funny watching the same tactic that you've used with different players at a better club.
Using to yourself, isn't
Yeah, because you see all the stuff,
used.
all the mistakes they made at Betis that you hated, suddenly working every single
they're
time.
better?
Yeah, because it's all these players trying the same things,
Funny-
and then you're like, holy shit, it
It's
works.
funny, when you have better players, you have a better team.
You're a dickhead.
Fuck, I gotta try that.
In the Copa del Rey third round, I lose to Las Palmas and get kicked out.
Hello.
And the board's just like, fuck it.
Who cares?
We
Get
just
rid of
want the
him.
rest. I beat Man City in the Champions League quarters 7-1 on
Take that,
aggregate.
Foden.
Whoa.
Eat my goal, I've written.
Foden is regretting not coming.
Then
Not
on
the
the
addition.
no. Then on the 6th of May, my birthday in real life and in the game,
Well,
I go out in the semis to Juventus.
Oh.
La Liga is all I have left. And an incredibly lacklustre end to the season brings me close to losing
Is
it.
this the cliffhanger?
A 1-0 win against Leganes on the final day confirms I've got my first ever La Liga title.
Nice. Well done.
Jovic takes home top goal scorer. 7 of my players make the team of the year. I'm named manager of the year. I'm in the club's list of favoured personnel.
7 of your players in team of the
Favoured
year.
personnel.
Fucking hell, that's domination.
I'm a favoured personnel for Real Madrid. And the next day, I quit the job.
Why? You peaked.
I made a promise to myself: if I win La Liga with Real Madrid, I'm leaving.
That's not like
Bizarre.
a lofty challenge.
I just felt
doesn't want the
I
Champions
felt bad
League.
enough about the Betis thing. I was like, you know what? This is it. All I want is the victory that I've been denied for all these
You
years.
just wanted to say that you managed to win.
I
Liga
can
winning
fucking
team.
do it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see where you go next.
Well,
Maybe Rochdale.
this is my question, boys.
Rochdale.
Obviously, I have no control really over where I go because it's based on who does
Well,
badly.
You can apply for the jobs.
Yeah, but I can't apply for closed roles.
Purely international.
So, well, this is it.
Unless you sabotage someone.
I
Can
want
you
you.
do that?
I want you guys to help me pick. Do I go for an international team?
No, boring.
Because
do
you
I-
can do both as well.
Do I move to Serie A
You could do.
because it's a different flavour?
It's a nice place to live. As well, isn't
Fiorentina looks like it might be open. That's my
Ooh,
favourite
that's
Italian
lovely
team.
bit of purple.
Could go Fiorentina, or do I go to the lower leagues of England?
it? Go
I vote
Rochdale.
lower leagues are
And be mad.
Only because I know one better.
Well,
Do
I
you-
don't know what jobs. If the Rochdale job is open,
If I see Rochdale, I'll go for it.
yeah, and there's no way they're not. If they turn you down, it'd be hilarious. He's just won La Liga. We don't want him.
So is
We
it
don't want
okay?
You've got a good thing going here.
So are we saying if Rochdale's open, I go for it,
Yeah.
but
If not-
otherwise Serie A?
Maybe Serie A. See what?
I'd like
could
to know what like championship team.
I could see you in Turkey. Bit of Galatasaray.
I've only got Italy, Spain, and England turned on.
Unbelievable. Well, yeah, it's Rochdale or Italy.
Rochdale, Serie A.
Yeah.
Or Scunthorpe.
Okay, Rochdale, Scunthorpe, Serie A.
Yeah. There
Okay,
you go.
next episode I will have chosen one of those
Oh, Hellas Verona.
22 teams.
Probably going to be Serie because the chances of both those teams being open.
Amazing.
But yeah, I just thought it's a dalliance.
No, it's
it's
good.
it's an affair.
I like the bold decision.
I just love
out- to
also.
get out.
I just love the fucking balls of imagine the manager like the next day manager of the year just being like, "See you later,
Technically,
dickheads."
none of us have been sacked yet. I was
No?
close, but I left before they could.
Mate, I came so close at Betis so many times. They did not like it at the end.
I love that.
I
The
think
cowards,
we'll-
mate. I left before they could.
Well, speaking of which,
Episode 1 of the Newcastle saga.
Straight, mate. I see him down the Times with all the other journalists, shaking hands and all that. I mean, proper pally. What's all that about?
let me take you back to the future. December 2022. Breaking news from SkySports.com. The dead speak. In a
You idiot.
Rochdale
had to do
signal
that,
time of revenge.
In a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Simon Cardy had left Rochdale to join divisional rivals Newcastle.
Oh yeah, forget you're in the same division.
Divisional. Right.
Rochdale will be paid 90,000 in compensation.
Wow, that is shite.
That's not a lot, is it? For me,
Yeah. For a Premier League manager,
I didn't realise
90k.
that there was any compensation.
If they have to buy out your contract.
yeah,
But if you quit, I
I
suppose
didn't
you'd have
quit
to
though. I
retire.
applied while I was still in
You
charge.
snake.
Wait, went for it.
They
dirty
didn't
little
approach you?
bastard.
I applied, yeah.
I thought they approached you. You disgust me.
Fucking
You
word.
think that I'm bad for going to Real?
There was rumours. There was rumours, and I had to find out if they wanted me.
You
I feel
are-
like I said it last time. I was like, I attended an interview.
Yeah, I thought you meant as in you attended an interview that I invited you to.
I can't remember now.
How could you look at Rochdale team
You
in the
can
face when
remember.
you came
You're a
back?
you're a little freak.
Cardy, a Sky Bet Championship Manager of the Year winner in
Wait, they call
2022.
you Cardy?
Yeah, well, because it's
That's
my
my
surname, isn't it?
yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm just thinking of it as your nickname, not your surname.
I'm actually called that because I just love wearing cardigans. He's
I'm
always
sorry,
wearing
Aaron,
them.
I had a brain fart.
You look more confused than when you made that face at me saying I was going to do 3 seasons.
Manager of the Year winner in 2022 brings a blend of experience and proven credentials with him. Newcastle currently lie 10th in the Premier Division. So there's the setup. Newcastle hire me, and they say this season, bear in mind this is December, so about halfway through season, they're like mid-table. We want mid-table this
Fair
season.
request, I think.
I
And they've been
want
struggling.
to aim a bit high. If I can get top half, I'll be happy. But if I'm still 10th at the end of the season, that's not too bad.
What are we talking finances wise? Because I know they spent tons.
Well, I'll go through this. They have spent tons and they are rich, but because they've already spent in the summer, they give me I think around 19 to 20 million to spend in January.
That's more than I got a Real.
It's Newcastle, it's Premier League. So this is a
season.
question that was raised because they've spent all this money. Is Mike Ashley still in charge at
Yeah.
Newcastle?
Yeah.
He's not.
Good.
He's been bought out by a Russian consortium.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I've got it written down
And
here.
let me tell you,
oil money flows through the streets of Newcastle.
Does it say that?
No, I wrote
Oh,
that.
right.
That's a little flourish from me.
From the crown oil to the real oil.
If you do remember, Rochdale decided to replace me with Cameron Jerome,
Yes.
which is a mad decision.
Are you still following Rochdale's
I have been. I have
journey?
been. Yeah, I've been having a look, and that's the managerial carousel has been in full force. Let me tell you, Roberto Martinez.
Roberto.
Roberto.
That just sounds like you're racist.
I was not doing that. Is that Arsenal?
Ugh.
Okay.
Because Unai Emery, who was still there, has gone to Man City. He must have been doing well there.
Fucking hell.
Wait, what happened?
What happened to Guardiola?
Yeah, Guardiola, yeah.
I think he was just doing badly. They finished like 5th or 6th.
Guardiola became Spain manager for me and fucked it and got sacked straight away.
Oh, my God.
Like,
Jeez.
first World Cup.
You'll like this.
Hello?
Swansea City have hired Sergei Rebrov, Ukrainian Spurs player. My dad bumped into Sergei Rebrov with a shopping trolley in Toys R Us.
I remember your dad telling me that.
So
Did he
yeah,
say
that's
anything
nice
to
one.
him? Aside from, excuse me,
I think
sorry?
I think it was literally like the second week he was in London after move
Okay.
from Ukraine. I don't think he spoke much of any English.
Am I misremembering? Is Sergei Rebrov really little?
He's pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's not big. But like they used to have him and Shevchenko up top together, which was just dynamite. But it never quite worked for Tottenham.
Never does.
Because we didn't have Shevchenko. And one more. Ipswich in the Championship still. Radamel Falcao is the manager.
Oh,
lovely.
Absolute
That is
Colombian
lovely.
flair in Ipswich.
I can't, that's so weird, isn't it?
I love
And
it.
a Colombian go
I
to
love
Ipswich.
things like that. That's all the ones I've got currently. Like, because I'm a few years past this now, I've got some more mad ones coming.
But this is the thing. Like, we live in a world where Marcelo Bielsa works at Leeds.
Yeah.
Like, anything can happen now. It's all real.
It is mad. As we know before, my first move was to bring in Shay Given as goalkeeping coach.
Yeah.
Really just like kind of...
That's giving
Appeal
back
to
to the
the
fans.
fans,
They would
exactly.
love... Is there actually an effect with staff appointments like that?
I don't know if there is.
There
but
should be.
They should love
Imagine the real world. People go
it.
mental.
They would bloody love it. Who else have we got? I've brought in Timberovsky as a coach. I used to
I love
him.
Timberovsky.
Him at Werder Bremen with he had Diego and Thrings.
Tim Visa behind them.
Oh,
Went on
that
to
was
become
good.
a professional wrestler.
I had the Werder Bremen away kit in about
you?
2009.
What colour was that?
Orange, bright
Oh,
orange with
yes.
green bits on the sleeve. It might have been the third kit. I like football. Also, as a coach, Rigobert Song.
No.
You haven't heard that name in a while, have you?
Rigobert is an incredible first name. Congratulations.
And under 18s assistant manager. Who else but Cristiano Ronaldo?
Fuck off.
Not the same one, surely.
Yeah, he's retired and he's now my under 18s
But
assistant
much-
manager.
Under 18 assistant manager, not Newcastle.
How much money does he want?
Not a lot, like $3,000.
He's doing it for the love of the sport.
Yeah, for the love of Newcastle.
And I noticed that his
That's
coaching
why he went to
stats-
Juventus. It was the only other black and white club he could go to.
His coaching stats are terrible, but I had to get him
Yeah,
just for the fun
100%.
of
Oh,
it.
is that why? He's looking for a coach job. He's actually really
Yeah.
shit at it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're the only one who gives
So,
him a gig.
like I said before, I made 2 signings in January. I got
Signings.
I got Erling Haaland
Yep, good.
for 16 million, which is good.
Yeah, that's
Just signed for Dortmund in real life.
Yeah, 16 million for him is very good.
They're only
At this
paying
time.
20 million in real life as well.
Crazy.
And
Was
I
it- where,
also got
where did you sign him from?
from Salzburg. He
He
was
was still
at
at
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Yeah,
What a little creep.
banging him in like 25 a season there.
He will.
And
16 million.
yeah,
That's insane.
then I got in Alexander Nubel, who's just signed for Bayern on a free contract. And
Really?
will join in the summer in real life.
I didn't know that.
23-year-old goalkeeper who's very good. So I've got my goalkeeper in because I have Martin Dubravka still.
I like
And
Dubravka, but he's a bit old.
34 at this point and
Yeah.
not that great. So I'm going for my 4-2-3-1. My current team is, they left me some good players to start with.
I remember you going through.
So here's my 1-11. I've got Nubel in goal. I've got Hans Hatterboer, a right back who plays at Atalanta.
Oh, yeah.
He's good. I've got Joel Matip from
Nice.
Liverpool.
That's-
He's like 30, 31 at this point.
Okay.
But
It's not
still
bad.
good.
30 for a
They paid 45 million for him.
Yeah.
I've got Jason Denayer, who is an ex-Man City youngster who now... I've forgotten where he plays in real life now. I want to say somewhere in Germany.
It's a
It might
really
not be.
good name for a central defender.
Denayer, yeah. I've got Theo Hernandez, or Tio Hernandez.
Oh, yeah.
Who was ex-Real Madrid left back, I think. Still in the middle of the park, John Joe Shelby.
Yes.
Pinging it around.
The Vampire of St. James.
Yeah,
Is he
Lord
the captain?
Voldemort himself.
Is he the captain?
I think I've got Matip as captain.
Okay.
I love Big John.
Next to him, Martin de Roon, another Atalanta player.
Don't know him.
So he was at Middlesbrough a couple of years ago,
Was he?
but now he is he's a good Dutch midfielder. On the right, we had Leon Bailey, one of
Yes.
the best players you can buy in Football Manager. I don't know how Newcastle got him, but they did. And on the other wing, Justin Kluivert.
Oh my God,
more young talent. In between them, behind the striker, Martin Odegaard.
Yeah.
And then Haaland up front. That is a good front four.
That's fucking
with that Norwegian
excellent.
1-2 up front as well. I'm loving coming into that because not only do I see talent, but I see youth.
Yeah.
And I am known for signing players 23 and under. That is one of my traits.
Are they going to gel, though?
Well, let me tell you about the subs bench as well. We've got Jason Murillo, which is very similar to Jason Derulo.
And
Jason
Derulo.
Jason Murillo is a centre-back for Inter in real life. He's getting on a bit. He's solid. Jibril Sidibe.
Oh, they're going to say Jibril
Jibril
Cisse.
Sidibe.
I was really excited.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd get him as a coach if I could.
Absolutely.
Still got Sean Longstaff there. A bit of
What about
local
his brother?
flavour. He's still in the squad somewhere.
Okay.
We've got Morgan. Do you remember when I told
Morgan
you he
Gibbs
spent
White.
about 65 million on Morgan
Yeah,
Gibbs
it's
White?
insane.
He's on my bench. So's Almiron. He's still there. So's Joe Linton. He's still there.
Mad.
He's worth 40 million.
Fuck off.
He may get sold. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which they also spent 41 million on. Oh my god.
I mean, he's better than Joe Linton.
It's a decent. I'm playing my 4-2-3-1. Targets mid-table. Haaland in his first season with me. He's only got half a season. Doesn't really do that well. He only gets 6 goals in 18 games.
He does that.
Even Joe Linton gets more goals. He got 9. But I lead them to a solid 9th. One place above.
Also, sorry, can we... I didn't realise in real life and in Football Manager, Haaland fucking loves Leeds.
Does he?
He's born in Leeds in real life. I know, obviously, it would be in the same.
Yeah.
I did actually hear that.
And so his favoured club is there, but he has an extra thing that says has a preference to play in Leeds or play for Leeds. It's mad.
If Leeds get
join
promoted
Leeds.
this season,
I don't think Haaland's going from Dortmund to Leeds.
you never know.
If they might get Timoneskov back from loan and then they don't need Haaland. And Rochdale did finish rock bottom. So some would say I made the right decision.
Some would say you're a
What
coward.
league? Rochdale in the Premier League? at the
Yeah,
time?
okay.
Divisional
Remember,
rivals,
I
mate.
had like 1 point from 9 games, and I was like,
So
"This
long.
is
They're,
not going."
they're never going to see those
They're
lofty
going.
heights again.
Well,
are
they are back down in the Championship, and bombshell for them. Jerome leaves for Sheffield United.
Fucking splitter.
Jerome is moving up in the world. He is one of the young and upcoming managers.
Cardy and Jerome.
Cameron Jerome.
Are you happy what you've done to Rochdale?
Well, you tell me if you're happy. They've replaced Cameron Jerome with Gareth Barry, who has manager material
Okay,
written all over him.
Yeah, 100%. That guy looks like... I mean, he's solid mind and body.
What do you know?
I know.
I know, you know. Ooh. So we're up to
Keeps it
23.
tight.
So that season, not a lot. I'm not going to lie, not a lot happened in the end of the season. We didn't win anything. We just stayed steady, and I was just getting to know my players.
Jitters.
Getting to just
It's
getting
got to get used to each other. Though. You've got a lot of new
Yeah,
signings.
yeah, exactly.
Got to settle in.
I've got players. I've got to know if they're actually any good. So 23-24, target is top half. I'm fine with that,
With that squad?
and I'm given 150 million to play
Fuck
with.
off.
Like I said, the oil money is flowing through the streets of Newcastle.
Wait, you finished 9th and they're giving you 150
They
million.
want top
That's
half.
insane.
Russia, innit? I raised another 100 million in funds.
Okay, who did you
Almiron
sell?
to West Brom for 19.5 million.
Yeah.
Jason Murillo to Galatasaray for 11.25.
Shouldn't have sold it.
Tio Hernandez to Liverpool for 36.5 million.
I wouldn't have got rid of Tio Hernandez.
Oh, I set on some other left backs, son. John Joe Shelby, Stoke to for 2.5 million.
Aww.
He's like 31 at
I
this
love
point.
him.
Did you sell him before you bought other left back?
I was doing this all at the similar time, so that means I have 250 million to spend here. Let me walk you through this. The rebuild begins. I don't really need to rebuild. There was a solid base. Nuhan Perez. I don't know how to say Nuhan. Nehuen.
Okay.
Nuhan. I don't know. From Al Hilal.
Really?
Yeah. He is an Argentinian youngster, but Al Hilal bought him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get him for 9.75 million because he has a lovely little release clause. Mm-hmm. He's a prospect. He's only like a 23-year-old centre-back at this point. Yeah. From Spurs for 3.5 million, a little young English striker called David Keith. He's a regen.
Okay. How old is he?
He's like 18, 19.
Okay.
I just wanted some backup, and he looked a prospect. Yeah. For 25 million from Hertha Berlin, Jaivaro Dilrosun. He's a left winger, Dutch, pacey. Mm-hmm. From Napoli for 32 million, young French left back Arthur Zagre. Mm-hmm. He's really pacey, a little lightweight though. I'm not too sure about him. So I buy a second left back.
Okay, oh my God.
Regen Saviero Dramasino from Rosario Central.
Now that's the kind of regen I like.
Oh, and I love this man. I only get him for 12.2 million and he's an Argentinian international at the age of 19.
Okay. I love
left back. He is a player. Also another regen, Andre Milicevic from Valencia for 21 million, a young Serbian central midfielder. And now we go.
Serbian central midfielders.
There's more business, mate. There's more business.
I hope this season went well and you didn't.
Do you remember in the first
yourself?
episode we did a little an experiment? I think you fast forwarded about 15 years to see like England won the World Cup.
Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham is incredible.
I've still been watching Jude Bellingham. I mean, he's not doing that good for me, but I keep an eye on him every season.
He's at Birmingham in real life. He's only 16, but he's playing like every game for Birmingham.
He's starting for Birmingham. I just read about him in The Athletic.
He's at Norwich in my game. They've signed him. I pick him up. He's still only 19 or 20 in my game. 75 million.
Yeah, he's a bit of a beast.
I see the prospect. I need a playmaker. I need the new Shelby.
He's one of those.
Not very like him at all.
He's one of those ones who could be deep line playmaker or could be retrained as box to box.
And can you imagine the whole of St James's Park just singing "Hey Jude"?
Oh.
I mean, got a long way to go before that happens. Mate.
But
at Christmas bells.
I did go for him. It's a toss-up between him and Eduardo Camavinga. Are you familiar with Eduardo Camavinga?
Camavinga's been
a young
big.
Central midfielder for Rennes in real life.
I believe Camavinga tore it up at Villarreal for me.
Yeah, he's a prospect as well, but he would have cost me 85 million. And they're both very similar age, but I went for Bellingham as well because homegrown. Yeah, you need the homegrown players, especially if I've got my eyes on the Champions League as well.
Yeah. Big Brex.
But then disaster strikes. 2 days left before the window. Paris Saint-Germain, now managed by Maurizio Pochettino, activate Leon Bailey's release clause of 70 million.
Ooh.
I didn't sign him. I would never have had this clause in there.
Yeah.
70 million for a player of his status.
Renegotiate contract?
He didn't. He wanted to go. He wouldn't listen to me.
Little scum.
I've got little scum. Wow. So I've got 70 million to pay. If I hunt for replacements, I can't find anyone of his quality that wants to join me.
Well, it's pretty tough.
I'm a mid-table Premier Division club.
Oh no, 70 million. You still probably had another
100
million left.
I don't have the pull. Someone of his talent.
Yeah,
does not
for Leon
want.
Bailey, mate. Come on.
So I end up getting
Kingsley.
Rafinha, spelt with a PH, from Real San Sebastian or Real Sociedad, if you prefer, for 44 million. He's just not as good, but he fills a hole on the right wing. Things start to click straight away.
Wow.
11 games unbeaten from September to December.
Hello.
Including 4-1 win against City, 3-0 against Spurs, 4-0 against Leicester, 5-0 against Leeds, 4-1 against West Ham. I've built a team here.
I was going to say...
Haaland scores hat-tricks in 3 consecutive games.
He loves a bit of that.
Oh my God.
He'll streak it out.
3 games in a row.
When you're playing teams like Man City...
Yeah.
How much do you adjust your tactics?
So at this point, because I was definitely not as good as them, I'm playing on the counter.
Yeah.
But now, when you get a better team,
a lot
I just
of the
go for
time,
them.
I get really like, fuck you, I'm not changing anything about how I play. And either you win and have a fabulous time or get fucked up and it's horrible.
Yeah.
That's football.
I know.
That's football. Sitting second at Christmas.
Nice.
Hoo-hoo.
Great.
In January.
Wait, who was first?
Man United.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're ridiculous.
They get really good.
Because Mason Greenwood is now like the best player in the world already. In January, I used the excess of my money, for my Leon Bailey money, to get Camavinga in as well. I've got a tandem of Bellingham and Camavinga.
Nice.
That is great. He did cost me 85 million, but I didn't have the cash, so I don't normally do this.
Who did you trade?
I didn't do that.
All right.
I spent 40 million this season and then 45 over 3 years.
I
so
love
15
doing that.
million a
You
season.
can't do that on the mobile one. That's cool.
I
Which
did
means
sort of
15 million was taken out of each of the consecutive years' budget each time.
I do think
It was
I
worth
do think I kind of fucked Betis up for that because I had so many payments in the future. I was like,
You've locked them into all
Just
these
like-
long-term
yeah,
payments.
we've got like 40 million to play for Ryan Sessegnon.
I've got a good young team here, and it's looking good. Second at Christmas, the future is bright. We kick on, but then the slide begins. We haven't got the experience
Too
in the
cocky.
team.
Injuries? Did you suffer with any injuries?
Not really. Just
Oh.
I think a lack of experience. We just got a bit cocky. Can't buy a win for weeks. Like I think between January and March, we got maybe one win.
No.
Just sliding out of the top 4 by March. End of April, out of Europe.
Jesus, mate.
Just not in the European spots. Knocked out early in both cups. Out in like the 4th round to Palace.
Cardy magic's wearing off.
What's happening? I've actually written question mark. What's happening?
I'm glad
defence
you're
are
getting
crumbling.
into my note-taking style.
The defence is crumbling.
Bailey.
You doing any
They're too
musing at
young.
this point? Any musing?
I'm doing lots of music.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting in bed musing.
I love to muse.
Turns into a lost season. It started with so much promise, and we end up finishing 8th.
Oh.
Which
That's still
the
better
board,
than
the
the
board
season
wanted
before.
top half.
Yeah.
It's a 1 spot improvement. If I do that every year, in 8 years, I'll be a champion.
You did spend like 200 million to get there.
Russians
But on the
don't
future,
care.
on the future, I spent the money on the future.
One spot, 200
A little,
million.
little bright spot though. Haaland, top scorer in the Premier League with
Lovely.
25 goals.
Very good.
Okay.
Solid.
9 of those did come in the space of 3 games. But I have a base, a very strong base.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Buttery biscuit
Base,
base.
a buttery biscuit base. I'm building a lovely cheesecake and putting some little Maltesers on top as a flourish.
What are you?
And next year we're pushing for
You're going
Europe.
to sign some Maltese players, did you say?
Putting some Maltesers in.
Yeah. And
Thank you for fixing his shit metaphor.
And we'll have a slice of that cake in 2 weeks as I push for Europe. He spilled his water.
That was not that funny.
I don't know what it was. A slice of that cake. It's very partridge, isn't it?
It was.
Sweet, yeah.
I want to side point. Have either of you had a goal of the season? Have you scored
I
the
never
best
see,
goal?
I never see that stat.
Do all the time. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Super.
Yes, cheeky slag.
Right. Coventry, City.
No one cares.
I do.
See you later, boys. I'm out of here.
I like it. Cov.
That is bullshit. I'll keep it brief. I'm only doing 2 seasons.
You walk down the street and everyone just shouts, "Mobile prick."
Yeah. If you remember, the last thing I did, I think the last
really
time I was
don't.
finishing like 14th, or something like that, and I was like, I'm in a rut here. I can't really get out of it, so I needed to make some big moves. So remember, the last tease I gave you that as I signed Sammy Amiobi.
Yes. After teasing that you'd been looking at Erling Haaland.
That's years in the future. So Sammy, 31. He comes into Coventry City.
Mad.
Played like 3 games all season. Went to the reserves. Was cut when his contract expired. It was a great story.
What a Jesus. That's Sammy Amiobi's life. I feel sorry for the man.
So, by the way, these are very much written in bullet point form from screenshots. So, excuse how poorly this story might be told. Right. Casper is dumb. I had Casper.
He's a ghost.
I had Casper Schmeichel, but he's reached his peak and he's past it. He's not doing it for
he
me
got
anymore.
TB and died like the actual
He-
Casper.
He's just letting in too many goals. So I need a big replacement. I need like
Sammy Amiobi.
if you want
Retrained.
if you want to move up in the league, you need a good keeper.
Did you bring
right?
in Marvellous Nakamba because he can play in almost every position,
Didn't.
including goalie?
But I signed Albin Lafont. Do you know who he is?
I do. Young
Yes.
French goalkeeper at Fiorentina.
Exactly, Fiorentina, 19.5 million.
Not
That's
bad.
a good deal.
Let me say, he made a good impression.
I'll let you
not
say
a
it. I'll let you
not
say
a
it.
brilliant one, but a good one. It was a step in the right direction. Some other signings is Ivan Sunchik for 23.5 million from Rapid Vienna. Do you know him?
Ooh.
He was good. Defensive midfielder. And then Mathieu Udal as well from Valencia. Do you know him?
No.
No?
Mathieu
I assumed you know
Udal.
these. I assumed you know these
Are
people.
you sure these are real people?
Well, I assume so because they were probably in
How do
there
you spell
like.
his second name?
I wasn't signing youngsters at this point because I needed to build a
Okay.
team. So that Udo, like UDO.
Isn't it Udo? Is it?
I don't
Udo?
know, mate. I only ever read these things.
I thought it was an I, not an O, an
Okay.
L even. Maybe I've got that wrong.
Maybe I've got it wrong. Anyway, so I've got this new keeper in.
Yeah.
I've got a few signings. I made some other signs as well, but it's not worth talking about. Let's just get past it. I can't remember it as well.
What's going on?
First friendly with my new keeper, pre-season against Man United. I lost 5-0.
That's not
good, is
what
it?
you want.
Also, Fosu Mensah, own goal as well. He plays
Against
for me,
his
by the way.
former club.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He forgot who he was playing for.
What's my next note? Yeah.
You're not going for every pre-season fixture.
No. Of course not. I just thought that was worth mentioning because it was a new keeper and he let in 5 goals.
It's bad.
Sell him.
What was this? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So every now and again, you get that alert that says members of the board like appreciate what you've done for the club and they're willing to look favourably on any sort of request you've got.
No.
You get these on the mobile
That's
versions.
far
Like,
too kind.
when you've had like a couple of seasons or a good season, they'll say like, "You've done some good work recently. Anything you request, we might."
That sounds like the mafia.
Wait,
anything we can do for
But
you?
what things you can request?
New stadium.
No, you can't. I didn't do that.
Oh.
You can request to expand your stadium to improve your training facilities, your
Free
youth
ice cream
services,
for youth
and then
players.
or more wages, more money, things like that.
You didn't build the big bastard dude.
Well, this is what happened. So normally, every other time I've played this game, right, I do that, and I'm like, I can usually get 2 of them if I do it quick.
Yeah.
2 stadiums.
No, I get like they'll improve the stadium by like 5,000.
If I send one request to the chairman and another to the president.
It's like asking mum and then he says no, go ask
The actual
Mum.
words were, members of the board acknowledge your service to the club. They feel certain any request to the board will be viewed extremely favourably at present.
Right.
So I requested that the training facility be improved.
That's a mild request.
They denied it immediately. So
Sacked you.
So I was like, all right, calm down. How about the youth facilities? How about they improve?
Yeah.
Denied. And that was it. Just ignored every request.
so
It's like,
weird.
why would they tell me I've got something? Anyway, it pissed me off.
Imagine you sitting on the train just like, unbelievable.
What is the point?
Over his shoulder.
Worth noting, I think I mentioned this on the other one about the regens, a new youth boy coming through my youth system. Edward Coventry, 17,
Yeah.
attacking midfielder. He's
Eddie
one for the
Coventry.
future. Locked him in.
I've got him in my memory bank.
What's his potential stars?
It wasn't very good. Just had Edward Coventry, and I was like, yes, please. I've got a note here that says talk about season. So yeah, I'm going to do that. It's very much a work in progress.
Talk about season.
Remember Wout? Do you remember Wout?
Yeah. Well, Weghorst, yeah.
Or Wout, I think we just...
Yeah.
He's carrying us. He put 4 past Leeds in the FA Cup third round. That's
Legend,
worth noting.
legend.
He's a consistent goal scorer. He's basically keeping my team... He's the strength, he's the backbone of it, even though he plays up front. I spotted... Should I do this podcast anymore?
I love it.
This reminds me
It's a
so
different
much.
energy.
This reminds me of when Alan Partridge doing his presentation, and he's just like he's being sick.
I've
Like,
trodden on the spike,
Yeah,
that
do you
one.
want another flashback?
Don't worry, I'm going to go through this first now. Right. I spotted one for the future, and I think I've already spoke about him as well. Anointed Maitland Smith.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's 17. He's a wonder kid at Stoke. And I
He's
just
anointed, of course he is.
Got my eyes on him.
You know, there's a lot of different ways to approach football. You know, there's tactical, there's man management, and there's also fun names.
Funny shit, I see.
Yeah.
But I got my eyes on him because he will come up next time.
He will rise.
He is very influential. Let's put it that way. So last game of the season.
Influential.
He is. I cannot
I get it.
I cannot do justice to how important he is in the future.
You're really trying to tease it.
He
but
has
it
been
sounds-
anointed. He's literally been anointed.
I wrote, last game of the season was against Leicester, beat them 1-0, but the game was called the M69 Derby. And I just wrote, the sexiest of all the derbies.
Yeah.
I've never heard it called that in my entire life.
69 Derby.
Driven on the M69 lots of times.
There you have, mate.
I'm very... That's disgusting. But yeah, it's bizarre. It keeps coming up as well. It keeps referring to the M69 Derby like it's a thing. It's not a thing.
It
It's
is.
weird.
I just don't think you know. It is a
Mate,
thing.
I would know.
Life's a highway. You got to go fast.
Carry on. Ignore that.
Anyway, let's skip to the end of that season. We finished 13th, right? Which was not a massive improvement.
That's one
No.
spot.
But,
yeah.
but what you got to remember is we've been in the Premier League for I think it's 3 seasons now at this point. We're doing well to just stay in contention and not being in a relegation
That's not
battle.
an excuse.
Mate, we came up from back-to-back promotions from League One and the Championship.
Some people
tough.
stay with their fucking
Yeah,
clubs,
Some people
mate.
make smart life decisions.
Yeah. Right, next season. All right, needed to go big. Paid 32.5 million for William Goebbels. Do you know him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, named man.
Striker
It's not
and winger.
sponsored.
Another solid player. Signed Kada Bamba from on a Bosman. Regular boy. Did decent.
I haven't heard anyone say the word Honor Bosman for a while.
Kada Bamba.
You can tell when you started watching football.
Oh, what do people say
On a
now?
free.
Just on a free.
Yeah, it's a Bosman.
On a
free, Jones.
Bosman.
On a bozzer.
Boz him.
Steven Sessegnon.
Yes.
Ryan's
Yes,
Sessegnon.
from
Ryan's
Man
brother.
From Man United. 14.5 million. Big signing. Still with me years later as well.
Are they twins?
I have
just
no
think
idea.
they're brothers. I might be wrong.
I mean,
there.
they might be. I mean, non-identical, but
I thought they were just brothers, but
not sure.
I don't know.
Carry on.
No idea. Just a little note here as well. Most of the Cov originals, they've gone. They've all fallen by the wayside now. I tried my hardest to keep them going as long as possible.
Yeah.
Except Bakayoko, who I refuse to let go. And he's buried deep in reserves, like the lowest valued player in the reserves.
Is he having a good life?
He's all right. He's doing all right for himself.
I'm doing it because I love you.
He signs the contract every 3 to 4 years.
You're just keeping him in a little
He's
cage.
earning. He's earning.
Got offered the job from Belgium on July 10th.
Yeah, I know it.
I
told you.
You read that like it was one of the diary entries in Seven.
Very different. It's a different sort of read I do. Big boys are paying attention.
You definitely wrote that in your diary.
But 20. So obviously I turned that down, by the way, because I'm a Cov boy. I stick with Cov.
Yeah, Cov boy, not a big boy.
On the 23rd,
Not a Belgian big boy.
But on the 23rd of July, offered the England job.
Well, that's a different kettle of fish.
I accept.
Yeah.
Yes, they're ranked 3rd in the world currently. So I was like, don't have to do much work here.
Is
I
it
can
con-
pretty much
Don't
just
have to
play
move
the
house.
team.
Is it concurrent managing?
Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously with England you don't actually play that often, so it's a minor inconvenience really on the game.
Is Edward Coventry in England international yet?
Is that
Will
what
be
sorry?
soon.
Edward Coventry in England international.
He's only 17. Give him a break.
Get him up there.
Yeah, experience.
You could literally give him his break.
All right. Even though I'm the England manager, the M69 derby is fast approaching.
Jesus.
But rumours are circulating that a loss here could mean me being sacked from Coventry.
What?
I wasn't having a great start to the season, from what I remember. So I've got the results here. Wow, takes me up 1-0 at 27 minutes. Ian Nacho at 35. Ian Nacho at 68. So 2-1 down. Bear in mind, my job is on the line with this.
Yeah.
Bakayoko bails me out in the 77th minute.
Bakayoko plays in the M69 derby.
Don't know. I
you
can't
can't
remember
ride
the
it.
circumstances.
You can't ride it.
Incredible.
I've got the screenshot. It was 2-2.
And you said this wouldn't be a well-told account.
Yeah.
That's absolute gold.
But it was 2-2, and it says my position is still precarious. So
I can see the headlines.
Bakayoko bails him out.
I was going to go for baby driver got Bakayoko.
I was going to say Bakayoko bails Dyer driver.
So the next game, though, I absolutely...
Things are turned on their head in M69 derby.
The next... The next game...
You're a fucking prick.
The next game, I batter Southampton 6-1 with my new boy Goebbels scoring.
Jesus.
What's so funny about that? Just
Goebbels.
yeah, what about him? He's good.
It's the name of a Nazi war minister.
I know,
Can't
but
just say Goebbels. Yeah, he's good.
I've established who he is on my team.
I know.
This
It
just
just sounds funny.
propaganda.
Wout gets 4
I was
as
trying to
well.
work out a propaganda joke, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Wout got 4 as well.
Good on
really
him.
took the steam out of that one. Cheers.
You mentioned Nazis.
All right, other notes. But I'm just going to say now we finished 10th in the league. It was respectable.
No,
there
it's
we go. You really
respectable.
took the steam out of that one.
I
boys.
loved it.
Cheers.
Up another place.
But so I haven't really had any games with England yet. This is coming to the end of where they're safe as. But we get to the International League. It's a cakewalk. Beat Germany in the final 6-0.
Jesus.
Rashford with 2, Dele Alli hat-trick and Kane.
Oh,
scoring.
that's a
course
good
they are.
team, innit?
Yeah.
What year is this?
So this is the end of 2025 season. Yeah.
Whoa.
So need to push Cov and England need to push Cov and England have the World Cup as well. Obviously, we got in 2026. So.
Kane was winning the Ballon d'Or around this time for me, so I think he's probably as good as he'll ever
I
be.
think like around this period definitely feels like peak England as well, especially with all the like real world talent.
Has
looking
Kane
forward to
left
it.
Spurs in any of your games?
So in my most recent one, I noticed that he was still there, but he was only worth like 3 million. He's like 35.
He's still at Spurs in mine.
Yeah, same. Like, he just doesn't leave.
No. Or does he?
But that's it. We're done. The Coventry is over
What do you mean it's over?
for this week.
Oh, fuck off. You're having a bubble.
Well, you're going on a whole other adventure, aren't you, Dale? to
holiday.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And
You
you
going
will
to go see Guadalajara? Pumas?
No.
I'd love to see Pumas.
Go to a Mexican football match, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know
apparently
what
they're
they've got
incredible.
around Cancun area. So, although I do know there's a team. The team is.
How have you not told us you're going specifically to Cancun? That's the thing we always used to shout at each other.
Yeah, sorry. So I did Google what a team in Cancun is, and it's. Would you pronounce it Atlante? Would you say?
I don't know.
It's like Atlanta, but with an E on the end.
Atlanta, yeah, I would say.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
But they're a team that moved there, so they play there. Anyway, I was
Splitters.
thinking, so I'm like 10 years into Football Manager right now, and the problem is, as it was clearly demonstrated today, I've forgotten a lot of the stuff that happened because it was so long ago now. All I've got is my screenshots to go on, really. So I was thinking about pausing. I'm at my 10th season, I'm thinking, let's pause it for a bit. And because I'm on holiday, probably going to play Football Manager quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is start a new save. And I think, Cardy, you mentioned to me the other day about maybe doing a Mexican team as well while I'm there.
Guadalajara. Pumas.
Problem. They're not another team. There's a problem.
I love problems.
The problem is on the mobile version you don't get Mexican teams. What? Yeah.
Oh.
Which is bullshit. You can see them, but you can't play.
Aren't
as
they one
them.
of the only
can't
actually
choose to play
licensed
them.
leagues in the game?
Hey, I can't choose them. But you can choose MLS, and you can also enter your own team, change a team to your own team name. So I thought maybe I can do something there.
Are you going to do an MLS team?
Am I going mad?
as close as I can
Am
get.
I like it.
Am I going mad? Did Monterrey used to be in the MLS? That's close
Yes, I
enough.
think they did. Yeah, there was definitely. I'm sure there was a Mexican team in MLS.
That's what I thought, because obviously there's Canadian teams in there,
Yeah.
isn't there? So
Is there
I
a
was-
New Mexico? There's no New Mexico team, I don't think.
So we can have a look now. I've got it up. I'm going to set it up now. Hang on, I'm just keying this in. Blah, blah, blah.
MLS.
So yeah, there's all the leagues I can choose from at the start, and as you can see,
No Mexico.
Players
no
David
Mexico.
Beckham
They have
to
Wales.
Miami.
They have Northern Ireland. They
and
don't have
Australia,
Mexico.
but not Mexico.
Only
yeah.
those.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like I said, you can
Just
see
do
these.
South Korea.
You can see these because you can obviously buy players from them and things like that. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go USA.
It's close enough.
Yeah, MLS. Let's
What
do that.
options have we got?
Well, let's have a look. So there are all the MLS teams we can choose from. Now I've got two things in mind. What I'm thinking is, can we go for similarity with name, or can we go similar or geography?
Wait a
Can we go,
second.
like, who's the closest?
Is Kivas in MLS still?
No.
Oh.
No, they're
Because that's Guadalajara.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, from my rough knowledge, what I'm looking at, Orlando City probably seems like it's the closest.
I mean, it's south.
Yeah, but like if there was a New Orleans team, they'd be quite close.
San Jose?
San Jose's California, so it's the other side.
Dallas?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
Texas.
Dallas is Texas.
Dallas, maybe, yeah. Or there is also Atlanta United, which is
like Atlanta.
Yeah, which is pretty close.
You know, I like for the hell of it just doing Montreal Impact.
As far away as I can get.
Either way, I want to rename the team.
Yeah.
And Atlanta FC, their nickname is the Iron Colts.
Yes.
So I was like, why not do that?
I was going to say Dale's Mexican Boys, but I like the Iron Colts
we're
a
not going
lot.
with Corona FC.
Oh, isn't there like a team called something similar? Oh no, there's definitely.
Cancun Corona Boys.
That is good.
Cancun Corona Boys, CCB.
CCB, yeah, should I do that?
Yeah, Cancun Corona
Who
Boys.
should I replace though? I've got to get rid of somebody from the MLS. Like, I don't know much about MLS teams. Who's like a mid-table sort of team? So we've got a challenge.
Oh, you could go LAFC, I think, are a mid-table, rather than LA Galaxy.
Yeah,
and
extend
then
you
you've got
as
and then
well.
you've got a rival as well.
So LAFC, they've got excellent training facilities, great youth facilities, stadium capacity of 22,000.
Large,
the only MLS
large Hispanic population in LA as well.
it is the LA Hispanic populations team.
And the financial state is secure, so that's a win.
It's the only MLS team whose stadium I've been in.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was for a fortnight event at E3, but
Is
I
that
have
USC
been there.
Stadium?
Huh?
Do they play at USC?
I think it might be.
There we go.
I think it works. I think this is a great fit.
Yeah? All right. Then So sorry, I'm just looking how to change the name of the team.
Cancun Corona boys.
Or
I'll
if
do
you
that,
go
mate. I'll do
Cancun
that.
Corona Colts, then you've got CCC.
Do you know what? I'll do that when I get there. as well. I'll
Cancun Corona Colts.
I'm gonna set it all up when I get there. But what I want from you guys is some tips.
Okay.
I know nothing about MLS. Obviously, I'm gonna.
What do you think I do?
You the football knowledge
should
guy.
know.
Okay.
I'm going to dip into the Premiership and try and sign players.
Freddie
from there.
Adu.
Freddie Adu.
He's not even playing there, is he?
Any players I should go for?
Americans.
Well,
I just want to be involved in the MLS. It'd be easier to sign, I imagine, in the MLS.
I know you like a good
try and
name.
get Zlatan on a free.
Get Zlatan.
Okay.
I know you love a good name.
Okay.
Remember, there's an American young player called Augustus McGiff. You could get Augustus McGiff.
I do want to do that. Can you actually text that to me so I remember to do that?
He's in my game, because touch it's halfway towards the mobile thing of like other leagues will just have almost no one in them.
Yeah.
Augustus McGiff is the only real American player in their under 21 side in my game.
Right, okay.
It's just like, that's it.
I'm
Augustus
going to try
McGiff.
and spunk all my money on Augustus
On
McGiff.
McGiff.
Do you know who is actually good? I think he plays for Schalke in real life. Winston McKinney.
Okay.
I highly doubt you're about to get him because you have to pay about 30 million.
Yeah.
What about buying some Mexican players?
Could do that, yeah.
I don't know who there is.
Lainez?
You're not going to get
Raul
Lainez.
Jimenez, there you go.
Guardado?
You're not going to get Jimenez. You're not going to get. You could get Guardado, maybe. He'll be quite expensive. You could get.
Is Javier Hernandez still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he?
Chicharito.
Is he? I want him.
Is old Rafael Marquez still walking around?
I think
He's
Marquez
like 40.
probably still plays.
Yeah.
What about
Ochoa?
Could you get either
He
of the
was
Dos Santos
you're
brothers?
You're like Ochoa because he was a
He
great
had big
goalkeeper
hair.
and he got banned for cocaine.
He did.
But
Why
he's
would
back
that
now.
mean I like him?
He's a
then?
rebel.
You love rebels. Yeah, the Dos Santos brothers.
All right, okay.
You're never going to get Lozano,
No, Lozano's incredible.
but you do have to try and get Jose Corona.
Hello.
Absolutely, that's going to happen.
No, it's Jesus. It's Jesus.
Jesus Corona.
Doesn't matter. His name's
Jesus
Corona.
Corona.
To break the bank.
Corona Jesus.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I'm only playing for my 1 week holiday. I'm going
And-
to see what sort of shit I can get up to.
Try and get an old Giovanni Dos Santos.
Okay.
I said the Dos
Absolute.
Santos brothers.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some
Gio.
strange moves. They're not going to know what's happened
Yeah.
to them.
I want you to get the Cancun Corona
Probably
Colts.
wants high wages, but Orbel and Pineda. I think he plays for. He might even play for Chivas.
Hello.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, next time I'll report back and let you know how the Cancun Corona boys get on.
I'm very excited.
I want you to make the playoffs. That's the exciting thing about the
Yeah.
MLS. You get the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's a fun thing about sport that we don't have in the UK.
And they've got the draft system. Legends.
Oh, you'll be able to do I don't know if you do a draft on them.
know.
I've never,
think you
I've never
can.
played as an MLS team of football.
I'll report back all my findings.
Okay.
Keith, come on, boys. Talking about lending me money. Let's have it.
Feedback. Now remember, we have copies of Football Manager to give away. So everyone we're about to read has won a copy of Football Manager 20.
Please do let us know if you've won and you haven't received it.
Yeah, I think everyone should have
Yeah.
by now.
I think so.
Not these people. You'll get it soon.
Yeah.
I'll probably be emailing at least one of you for an address as well.
Lucky you.
Now, I'm sorry, I went silent for a second because I was trying to work out what you just said. You'll remember that these are all stories of weird managerial goings-on. We said weird managerial appointments, but didn't get enough emails along that theme. So
we'll
we've kind of
open
got
up feedback in future.
We're on that. Well, we'll talk about that afterwards. We're going to go a bit wider.
Already said it.
Great. Dale, you're going to kick us off?
Yes. So first off, this is from Jeff Early. Congratulations, Jeff. You win a copy.
He's
Right.
never late.
Evening. I'll keep the praise brief as it seems to make Joe cringe himself inside out.
Correct.
We'll just say I'm loving the podcast. so
No,
far.
shut up.
Nice
Thank
to
you,
hear.
Jeff.
It's nice
Thank
to-
you.
it's
I
nice
like
to
the
hear.
praise. It's fine.
Yeah. 2-1. There we go.
So I've got a bizarre managerial appointment story for you.
Thank you.
This is back in Football Manager 2017. I had just managed to get Wolves back into the Premier League for the 2019-2020 season. I heroically clawed them back up to respectable 19th position and was immediately relegated straight back to the Championship.
Oh.
In the same season, the two Manchester clubs went toe-to-toe for the top position, Man City just stealing it on the last day of the season. And then this prompted Jose Mourinho to flee Manchester for the comfortable embrace of his native Portugal.
He became Portugal manager in my game as well.
Did to mine as well.
Ah, that's lovely.
Manchester, sorry, a little weird interchange. Manchester United were then left with a truly difficult problem: who to bring in, not just to build from the groundwork laid down by the special one, but to build upon it and put Manchester United back to their rightful place as the top of the mountain.
Big job.
Their decision ultimately proved easy because, sorry, I'm sort of half reading ahead and I've just seen who the name is. Their decision ultimately proved easy because who else do you turn in your hour of greatest need than the wheeling, dealing, bribe-taking, pint of wine quaffing Bulldog of Bolton, the one and only Sam Allardyce?
Yes. I love it.
Naturally, my mind was blown, and he has done a good job getting West Brom promoted that season, but still, insanity. Their gamble paid off spectacularly when he was sacked just after the turn of the year with United.
He is a decent manager. He gets shit.
I know,
Has done
his
all
Bolton
right.
team was very good.
Yeah.
He will keep a team in Premier League and higher sometimes.
I think he's
but
just-
he is a funny bloke.
He's just so old school, isn't he?
It's also that he
Everything about his
started.
presentation.
Hasn't he got a? Is it a Talk Sport show now? And he keeps popping off about how he'd do a better job than all the managers in the
It's
league.
quite funny when he said, "I'll take the Arsenal job." Like they were offering.
Mad bastard.
Their gamble paid off spectacularly when he was sacked just after turn of the year, with United sitting around mid-table, if I remember correctly. He can now add manager of Man United for 4 months next to his managed England for one game on his trophy cabinet.
100% win record.
Everyone
do
raised a
forget.
pint of wine to salute the English hero.
I love that him having a pint of wine has become like the most known fact about him.
Do you remember that?
I do often forget he was England.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
meme of him where people said it looked like he was what you look like when you're trying to order
Yeah.
the chippy?
No.
So good. Have you not seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, Cardy, you do us an off.
I've got a second winner,
Yeah.
Ryan Lewandowski.
Sweet.
Well done, Brian.
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. I'm Googling Sam Allardyce.
You couldn't get more partridgey. Oh, that Brian?
Have you got the picture yet? Or
No,
shall I
no,
start
keep going, keep going.
Go,
Dear
go.
the firm, I decided in last year's Football Manager to create a pantheon. Not to the Greek gods, though. Far better. Stonking target men who could coach my West Brom team to glory.
I love that.
My journey began circa 2020. People write these like they are actually the Iliad.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
My journey began circa 2020 in the suburbs in Nigeria. A down on his luck Adebayo Akinfenwa answered the call to make the switch from Sunshine Stars to the mighty Baggies.
Legend.
Incidentally, he joined as a player/coach, played 2 League Cup matches in 2 years of playing with us, and got sent off twice. The second of the Husky Avengers to be recruited was Timmy fucking Cahill.
Yes.
Ski Avengers.
It is physically impossible to say his name without a swearing Australian accent. No, I didn't do the Australian accent. I'm
Timmy
sorry.
fucking Cahill.
Say Tim Cahill.
Why have you got so quiet?
I know.
I'm telling a story. I'm imagining we're by a fire. But we're not burning.
What?
I
Should we get a wee fireplace on for it?
I thought you meant a little fireplace.
Let's get a wee
A little wee fireplace.
Well, anyway, Tim Cahill was minding his own business back in Oz. He was also a player coach and naturally had some storming headers.
Yeah.
And that was just at the lads. And that was just at the lads while they were doing shuttle runs in training. How do we know this?
He's a storyteller.
Also recruited. Yes, they were. Yes, they are champions of men, but it's hard to live up to the previous recruits. Were Crouchy and Kenwyn Jones.
I love so
These are big boys.
Crouchy, Kenwyn Jones, Akinfenwa, and Tim Cahill.
Oh my God.
If you like
As your
headers,
coaching staff.
you're in luck. To round off the Buffstis League.
Buffs this
This league.
Yeah, you all right?
I had to second check what I was reading there. Every team needs a leader, and to come in and keep everything in order was the one and only Zlatan.
Of
Oh,
course it was.
Big men, these.
at West Brom.
Oh, I convinced him to retire from LA Galaxy and take a coaching role where he's gone from strength to strength.
That's mad. To
How
go.
much is he getting paid?
I love the idea of going to him at LA Galaxy and being like, retire and come to West Brom.
Yeah,
to be
come
a
on,
coach.
out of
It's
LA.
like, Zlatan, you ever been to Birmingham before?
Well, it's sort of a bit out of that, but
Some minor pertinent notes are that while it may seem my first team would be honoured to have them as coaches, I saw them as moulding the future generations. So the famous 5 are all coaches for the under-18s.
Fucking hell.
The young lads never won any silverware, but they will now nut anyone within a 3-mile radius. Should have got Zidane in somehow. That would have really capped that off. Finally, to round off this tale for the ages, I'll let you know 4 of the 5 are still happily at the club, circa 2026.
Oh my God.
A lot of uses of
How much are they
circa.
getting paid?
The only splitter was Akinfenwa, who became Brentford boss while they were in the Prem and famously led them to 2 consecutive relegations and still kept his job. What a ruddy hero. Bon Chance, Ryan from Dorset.
He took it from the Premiership to League One and he still kept his job. That's insane.
That's brilliant. I love...
Would you try and... You'd be a brave man if you try and sack Adebayo Akinfenwa. He
that
will
is true.
murder you.
Do you want to see the Sam Allardyce picture?
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Can we please put that on the thumbnail?
That's very good. So, yeah,
If you
we've
want to see
had-
it, by the
Thank
way,
you,
sorry,
Ryan.
Google Sam Allardyce chippy and you'll get it
You'll
straight
find
away.
it. So Jeff just had a mad managerial appointment. Ryan, Akinfenwa becoming a
A whole
shitty
staff.
manager.
A whole staff.
I think they both deserve it. This takes the weird managerial appointments in a different direction, but I thought it was very interesting. This is from Michael Nixon. Hey lads, my story of managerial postings in Football Manager starts in 2008. It was the first time I really got into an FM game, and I put this mostly down to my unimaginative choice of club for my first season, a recently minted Man City. I remember this year very well because all the players he names are people you're like, yep, these are incredible players. The game felt pretty easy. I bought Wagner Love. Remember how good Wagner Love was in this game?
I loved that CSK Moscow team when you had Vagunov, Zoran Tosic.
Akinfeev was incredible that season.
The other wing. No, they had Musa as well. Right. Ahmed Musa.
None of those. He bought Wagner Love, Yuri Zirkov,
Yeah.
the previously mentioned Tim Cahill, who was fucking amazing in Football Manager, and Cicinho, and romped to the league title and a UEFA Cup in my first season. A highlight was beating AC Milan 3-0 in the semi-final after losing the first leg 2-0. All my new signings were exceptional. Remember Michael Johnson and Stephen Ireland? They turned into cup double winners somehow.
It's a sad story, Michael Johnson.
I know, and Stephen Ireland as well, to a certain extent. Second season, I splashed out for Ashley Young at around £30 million.
He's one of my least favourite footballers.
He was once a pacey winger and not a plodding right-back, which seems bizarre looking back.
Yeah.
We won the league again, but failed in the Champions League. My interest petered out at that point. I randomly left the club thinking I'd be picked up by a big European giant. I ended up at Regina in Italy. It was a catastrophe, and I failed to win any games. I then took the understandable choice of uninstalling FM from my laptop in deep shame. The manager in question during this golden period for Man City, however, well, it wasn't me, dear reader. It was none other than Mongol warlord Genghis Khan.
What?
Every team talk was delivered aggressively. I played a direct game of football with pacey wingers spread across the field, much like their military.
He's sure he's playing Football Manager.
Has he been reading The Art of War by Sun Chi?
I don't know why, but I thought I'd try and roleplay as him.
There's Total War. Play Total War.
I continued in a similar vein a year later when I set up a community game with a few friends. Genghis had retired by then, so I went with Kubla Khan. He didn't last long at Wycombe Wanderers. Joan of Arc did great at Swindon, though. Thanks for a lovely podcast, and it's put the Switch version in my purchase basket ready for payday. Michael.
That's like me booting up Total War and going, do you know what, I'm going to play Aguadio, so I'm going to have some cavalry on the wings, and I'm going to push high with my archers.
I love the idea of trying to role play as a historical figure in Football Manager. Like, that takes tangential thinking to a degree that I couldn't
imagine. It takes
imagine.
a certain mind.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's one I think I sadly may have.
Michael, I would love to know if in the Switch version you start role-playing as another warlord. I would love to know. Well, actually, you know
warlord
what?
Run.
I'd love to know what Dwight D. Eisenhower would do with the baggies.
I want to see Ivan the Terrible's take on the Gegenpress.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very part.
I don't think Dale role-plays in games very much.
I don't need to roleplay. I make mad decisions on my own already.
It's fucking driver style, baby. Now,
Feedback.
yeah, feedback for next week. Or next episode. 2
4
weeks
weeks,
time.
a fortnight.
A
14
fortnight.
days.
Yeah, thank you. We would like...
Checks out.
And we're going to do them under themes now, because we think events is a little too
That's why,
specific.
isn't it? And I can't even remember what I suggested.
You said Falls from Grace.
Yes. I want Falls from Grace.
I think you could say sort of the Akinfenwa story
Yeah.
fits into that.
And I will say, like, we obviously want more feedback. Don't feel like you need to keep sending in one. Not that anyone really has, but there are some that we think may win for this already, is what I want to say. Don't think we haven't read your emails. You may still win.
There are some amazing emails that we haven't got to, and there is a chance that we'll just create categories so we can read them later.
None have been ignored. And all
100%
have
not.
been enjoyed.
Yeah, genuinely it's the highlight of my time reading the emails in our inbox
My week.
of my life. That we are getting so many bizarre, bespoke Football Manager story emails. It's great.
And I've got so much Newcastle to say.
Really?
Yeah, I've got. Like, next episode would be good, but
Is it a wild ride?
In 2 episodes' time, I think people will actually just maybe pass out wherever they are.
Bloody hell.
Crash cars.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because this is the first week I've done where I literally don't know what's going to happen next.
It'll
I've
be
just stopped,
like-
so I have to carry
I
on.
wish I'd just done that. Just play
Yeah.
those seasons before each
good, man.
episode.
Yeah.
Get carried away though. It's Football Manager.
I know,
You
it's
get
great.
addicted to it.
It's what happens.
You still thought you were going to say someone else.
Yeah, you really did. Well, come back next time for more from all of whatever clubs we end up at,
Yeah.
and of course for the Cancun Corona Colts,
think you were
or whatever
scratching
we're
your
calling
arm
them
like,
now.
That works better actually
Yeah.
instead of boys, doesn't it?
Triple C.
Yeah, Cancun Corona Colts.
Yeah.
Colts.
Colts.
I'm into it.
Coyote Boys.
Wait, Cancun Corona Coyote Colts.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can. How many characters you get? I'll find out.
Find out.
Yeah.
Well, you can only have 18 in a matchday squad.
Right, let's go. I need to go home.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's have some fun. It's football day.
I love this podcast.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
Fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.